physical features of the dispersed phase of the suspension يقول probably the most important consideration in the discussion of suspensions هو السايز مالت البارتكلز. هاي جدا من ال features جدا مهمة بالsuspensions هو السايز مالت البارتكلز. يقول generally a particle size reduction كل ما كان البارتكل size صغير it is accomplished by dry milling طبعا prior to incorporation of the dispersed phase into the dispersion medium. يقول كل ما كان حجم البارتكلز أصغر يكون أفضل ويتم يعني يحصلون على small particle sizes عن طريق ال dry milling. المicropulverization والjet milling. المicropulverization هو ال most rapid و convenient و inexpensive method ومن أشهر methods of producing fine drug powders لإنتاج أجود أنواع ال drug powders that are suitable in size for oral and topical suspensions. الjet milling أو micronizing هن still finer particles. هو هاي أهمتين methods يستخدموها حتى يطلعون very fine particles. Fluid energy grinding is quite effective. Velocity compressed air streams in a confined space swept the particles into violent turbulence produces a desired micronized particles due to their fragmentation as a result of their collision with another. jet milling البارتكلز اللي يحصلون عليها من هذا الميثود يستخدموها بالparenteral والophthalmic suspensions بالقطرات والأبر الانجكشنز يعني لأن البارتكلز تكون very fine. spray drying are for producing extremely small dimensions. They are shaped apparatus named spray dryer into which a solution of a drug is sprayed, rapidly dried by a current of warm dry air circulating in the cone, and the resulting of a dry powder is collected. يقول هنا إنه الصيدلاني لما يستخدم المورتر والبستل ما راح يحصل على الحجم of fine particles اللي يحتاجوه بتحضير suspensions or solutions or sprays or قطرات. According to the Stokes equation, a reduction in the particle size التقليل من حجم البارتكلز للsuspensions is beneficial to the stability حتى يساعد الستابيليتي مالت الsuspension. كل ما كان أصغر كل ما كانت stability أعلى. Because of the rate of sedimentation is reduced as the size is decreased. However, reducing the particle size too much إذا كان كلش reducing البارتكلز جدا يعني السايز مالته صغير الفاين particles have a tendency to form a cake. يعني لازم تكون هاي الريدكشن بالبارتكل سايز إلى حجم معين إنه ما يسوي caking لأنه كل ما كان البارتكل سايز very fine و very powdery فحيصير caking الهاي البارتكلز. compact cake upon settling يعني هاي مو نترك كفترة حيصير caking يلتصقن ببعض. The resulted cake resists breakup with shaking. ما راح يعني من نخوض مثلا خلينا نقول العلبة أو الدراج ما راح يصير breaking راح تصير قطع كبيرة من الدراج powdered drug with shaking and forms rigid aggregates that are larger ويكون قطع كبيرة وما نقدر نفصلهن unless suspendable with the original suspensoid. يقول particle shape مالت السسبنسينويد can also affect caking and product stability. مثل ما ذكرنا إنه الشيب مالت particle sizes همتين يأثر ويؤدي للcaking ويأثر على stability. Symmetrical barrel shaped calcium carbonate particles produce more stable suspensions than the asymmetrical needle. High example. يقول to prevent particle agglomeration into larger crystals and masses and avoid cake formation by preventing rigid cohesion of small particles and instead less rigid loose aggregation together by weak particle-to-particle bonds termed a flock or floccule. يقول حتى نمنع هاي الاجلوميريشن حتى ويكون لنا larger crystals ونمنع الكيكينج اللي نسميها flock or flocculation. نقول نمنع rigid cohesion، نمنع التصاق هاي smart particles ببعضها، وحتى نمنع الفلوك or الفلوكيول. نقول ال flocks settle to form a higher sediment volume than an unflocculated particles, the loose structure of which permits the aggregates to break up easily and distribute readily with small amount of agitation. يقول ال flock يكون in higher sediment volume than an unflocculated particles with loose structure it permits the aggregates to break up easily ينفصلن مع بعض من يصير aggregation and distribute readily with a small amount of agitation. يقول the choice of the method used for preparing flocculated suspensions rely على type of drug. يقول oral suspension of a drug, clays such as diluted bentonite magma are employed as the flocculating agent, where their structure assists the suspension by helping to support the floccants formed. الفلوcculating agents هي مواد كيميائية additives اللي that cause suspended solids to form aggregates called flocks. يقول these agents are used in water treatment, industrial waste treatment, mineral processing and paper making. فيقول هنا بالoral suspension of a drug الclay مثل diluted bentonite it serves as a flocculating agent. تمام, where the structure assists the suspension by helping to support the floccants formed. يعني يكون aggregates مواد أو أجزاء ملتصقة ببعضها يسموها flock. وكذلك بالparenteral suspension the flock of the dispersed phase can be produced by an alteration in the pH يغيرون بالpH. Electrolytes as flocculating agents reduce the electrical barrier between the particles of the suspensinoid and forming a bridge to link them together.